All right, man. So the Detroit Lions, dude from Wilbur Sports says that he believes that the Lions will draft a tight end early in the 2026 NFL draft. Like I said, I don't know what they're gonna do. I think that would be a mistake, but I also think that would be, um, I think that would also represent, that they probably gonna be moving on from Sam Laporta. I think his contract. Let's look up his contract. Excuse me. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. He's B26 January. He just turned 25, so he's 25. Um, and maybe they feel like they can't, they can't keep him. All right, that would be an indication to me. But also, I feel like, you know, honestly, before I would do that, I keep that thought to myself. So next year will be his last year. So um, the going rate for tight ends right now. I mean, what is his accomplishments? I feel like he one of the best tight ends out there, in my opinion. Good guy, good blocker, great pass catcher. Very important part of our offense and the run game. Uh, so the previous year, 726, 889. Good. I mean, I think they can get him below market value, or not market value, but below going for the high. I believe they can get him, like, don't have to give him a whole dub. You probably can get him for 15 mil, 12 to 15 mil, especially coming off an injury. No disrespect to him, but really a tight end, that wouldn't even be on my priority list early in the draft. Honestly, I feel like um, you can go into free agency and get you a solid tight end. And one of the things I was gonna say is, why don't you just trade for Trey McBride if it's that deep? In my opinion, it's gonna cost you though, so I wouldn't do that. But yeah, to me, it ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you can go into free agency and get a good tight end. Um, Let me look at the positions. But he says right here, Neil Rule believes the Lions will invest into a tight end room early in the draft. The Lions will draft tight end in a round that you will be uncomfortable with, and the tight end is loading. So, I mean, they drafted Sam Laporta, and it was pretty much who was the guy we wanted over Sam Laporta. At least I wanted, but he was right. Brad Holmes was right. But hidden free agent market next year, you got Travis Kelsey, David Njoku, Dallas Goedert, Taysom Hill, Tyler Higbee, especially with the emergence of that new tight end in the Rams. He gone. Kyle Pitts, I think, signed a deal. I could be wrong on that. Zach Arts, Austin Hooper, Mo Ali Cox, Noah Fant. We took him. We took Bro over him. Hawkinson. I like Ian Thomas too. He makes some good plays. He entered Darren Waller. I think Darren Waller would be a good pickup, regardless. I think Darren Waller would be a great pickup. I think he still can play. I just don't think Mike McDaniels get the most out of his tight ends, in my opinion. I think Darren Waller would be a great pickup, honestly. Even with Sam Laporta would be a great pickup. But when you sit there and you start to look, at some of the guys that that's on this list, honestly, you know, you probably want something a little bit more longevity wise. So that's why you draft somebody if you're not gonna keep, Sam Laporta. But if you are gonna keep Sam Laporta and you want to add to that room, um, I think Darren Waller would be a great guy to add to the room. I think he'd be great to add to that room, in my opinion. I think he'd be great. I like Okongu from Tennessee as well. He's pretty young. Isaiah Likely is an unrestricted free agent. You know what I'm saying? I would easily go get Jay. I would easily go sign Isaiah Likely. That would be no hesitation. That's one of the first guys I go out there and get is Isaiah Likely. I would go get Likely. Even if Laporta was going to stand, I can live with Likely. I would go out there and get Likely. That's what I would do. You know, even if I was keeping Sam Laporta, and I know this coordinator like to do a lot of two tight end stuff, I would want Likely to be a better blocker. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you could do a lot with Likely and Sam Laporta future going forward. So, but yeah, I don't think that they have to do it. But if they do it, they'll let you know that they're moving on. But like I said, if they feel like they need to move on to a new tight end and they're not paying them, what likely about 27 years, 25, 26 years old? 26? About to be 26? Yeah, I would do that. But if they was keeping Sam Laporta and they wanted to add some sauce to there, I definitely would look at bringing in a Kelsey. I definitely bring in Darren Waller just to give you that extra oomph. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. But Darren Waller would be perfect, but with Laporta. But if I'm feeling like I'm moving on from Laporta, I want to get Isaiah Likely. You know what I'm saying? But people make these reactions, for clickbait, for engagement, but also because, the Lions took Sam Laporta early in that draft. You know what I'm saying? So I feel him. But, I think, with the injuries and then really this was the year that he was really supposed to break out. I feel like this is the year he was really supposed to break out. So you probably can get him less than the $20 million that you probably can get him for less than the $23 million or the $20 million that tight end's getting. If you get him anywhere from 12 to 15, I mean, I think you Gucci. I think you A1 day one. If you get him for 12 to 15, you sign him back. But I still would add, the Likely or Waller with him. But the other tight end that took over him was Michael Mayer. He ain't did shit over there in the Raiders, but who does? And then also he was playing behind the dude from Georgia who's really good. So yeah, can I see them doing this? Yeah, I kind of can. Neil Rule might be right, but like I said, they got other pressing needs, especially when you already traded draft capital. You might have a 5th-round compensatory pick coming. I did a video about that a couple weeks ago. You might have a 5th-round pick coming. You're supposed to get one for DJ Reed. I think that's getting canceled out. So to be honest, you got to need that left tackle. You might have another need at guard. You got to need an interior pass rusher, the defensive line. You got to need that edge. So at the end of the day, some of those things that they looking to cover, they have to cover them. They gonna have to cover them honestly. They got to cover them jokers honestly with some free agency moves too. That's just what it is. They got to cover some of that with free agency moves. So hopefully they very aware of that. Hopefully they're very aware of that. But draft picks ain't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna just cut it, man. So they got alternatives. So we'll see if that work for them. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Appreciate the love, support. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Peace.